After a successful run of Edenhart in September 2008, the Debate Society, a Brooklyn-based theater company, returns to Red House Arts Center in the hopes of inspiring audience members to dream strange dreams with a thought about Raya. Set in the pseudo-1930s, A Thought About Raya was inspired by the works of Soviet-era dramatist Daniil Kharms. It consists of two actors taking on a multitude of roles, one right after the other. Writer-performer Paul Thureen says the experience of seeing the play centers around what the Debate Society terms collisions.
I think like the audience experience of seeing it is kind of like the experience of doing it. Daniil Kharms was into this idea of collisions, that you don't have like a transition, you just one thing ends and you immediately go to the next thing, right? So there's not easy sort of like slow logical transitions between pieces. So once we start the play, once we hit that first collision, there's no thinking, you just have to immediately turn from this thing to the other. And so for us, we start it and then the next thing we know, it's done. You know what I mean?
What first began as a thesis in Vassar College evolved into a widely acclaimed 32-piece play that has traveled from the Red Room in New York City to Oregon, Texas, and Connecticut. It was because of this play and its warm reception in New York that gave birth to their company in 2004. Unlike plays that have more predictable plots, A Thought About Raya changes every time. Thureen and his co-star and co-writer Hannah Boss tells us what things they have tweaked in the years they've been performing the play.
Usually about every 2 years, this one comes back.
So we change things every time, just slightly, from where we're at. Like this is the first time that we're ending it in a certain place.
Okay, we removed the piece that always... just that we removed the piece that's always ended it. I'm not going to say anything.
What results from the Debate Society's experiments is a darkly fun ride that isn't always understandable, but always entertaining.
What's great about it is that you just get sucked into the world, hopefully, because of the collisions, that all of a sudden it's done and you're left with these images and these moments and this sort of off-balance feeling of something different. But it's definitely sort of a whiplashy ride that hopefully you don't have time to think about until it's done, and then people can sort of digest it and hopefully have strange dreams that night, So we hope that we haunt the audience's dreams, pretty much is what we're going for.